Hi guys, how are you doing? How is the audio? Hmm. All right, I'm not going to stay too long when I don't land. I'm not going to stay too long. I'm just more or less going to seek your um, your guidance, if I can say that. I'm going to ask you for direction for this letter I got in my mail. Hi, Daddy Freeze. My own has finished. My my first son is not my husband's. What do I do? And I asked, I was like, what do you mean? What do you didn't you know? And she said she didn't. She'd been suspecting for a while that he belonged to a guy she had a fling with in her while she was married. So she went to the guy's office and she was able to get some strands of his hair, and she went and did DNA with the child, and it was a 99.9% match. So what is she going to do now? If you are a man and your wife gave birth to a son that is not yours, would you allow her to bring him into your home? Let's be telling ourselves the truth. Let's stop all these be honest with your husband. I'm not sure if a woman is honest with me with something like that, I can allow her to stay. Forget it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's not the kind of honesty I'm looking for. I don't know what it is that people think, but it's all well and good. Would you allow the woman as a man? That's why I'm saying, what can she do? What advice will you give her? Someone says there's no audio. How's the audio on Facebook? What's the audio like on Facebook? What's the audio like on um, Instagram? How's the audio on Instagram? If you're watching me live on TikTok, remember to send me my money guns. Follow the people who are sending me gifts, please, guys. That's the way your own pages too would grow. If you're watching on TikTok, please, if you're watching on TikTok, share the video, follow my gifters. Those people sending me gifts, follow them. And be one of my top gifters so I can get people to follow you. Sean, how you doing?
I'm all right, Daddy Freeze. Good morning, UK time. How are you?
All right, can you hear me clearly without any breaking?
Yeah,
Or am I breaking?
perfect. Yeah. No, I can hear you good. Yeah.
I'm not breaking at all.
No.
Okay, because I have these mics now, and they're supposed to be helping.
No,
So I hope that
I
works.
can hear you good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead, tell me, what are your thoughts?
It's a dicey topic, and I think while most people will probably feel sorry for the woman, I feel sorry for the man.
I feel sorry for the
Because
man, 100%.
you've got to look at it from a point of, as a
He
guy,
was
if
with a
you've
hoe.
if you've emotionally bonded with a baby that you think is yours, and then to find out that it's not yours, that can destroy a lot of people. You know, and obviously, if I get the intro that you did correctly, she was having a relationship while she was married. It wasn't a situation where something. So I think it's one of those that I mean, you've lay your bed, she has to lie on it. I mean, I know it sounds a bit harsh in this world now, but it's it's one of those topics that is just yeah, It's heartbreaking. I really feel sorry for the guy because, I mean, even in this part
But
of
let
the
me ask
world,
you a question. If now you go collect the picking.
oh no, 100% no. Why? No, it's true though, Dave. Why? Like, you people have to understand the emotional construct of. I mean, you have kids. You know, when you know that, oh, I'm having a baby. You know, you are emotionally invested into it. No matter how caring or not caring you are emotionally invested. You know, this is my baby. This is what I'm gonna do. You have plans, and then for you to put all the investment on that case just for someone to tell you that, oh, by the way, I was collecting from another man, and this baby is not yours. It's almost like a fraud. I mean, he's a fraud. Actually, it's not almost like a fraud. He's a fraud.
It's major
yeah,
fraud.
he's a fraud. Yeah.
Samaria, how are you doing?
Daddy Freeze, I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. No, I'm so exhausted. I don't just get power today.
You don't tell my matter. I was trying to quickly wear something real quick.
As usual, you know they ever agree wear cloth. Waiting do you?
I don't get clothes, Daddy Freeze.
Make
The manager did manage. I don't get clothes.
Oh yeah. Take use and sew 3 cloths.
Good evening. Ali, what's her name again? The girl that sings. No, she's the one who feeds.
So, what will you do? What will you advise this guy? Because I mean, this babe. Because
Daddy Freeze, please, for the sake of those joining as well as myself, can you just highlight a little?
Okay. She said, Daddy Freeze, my own is finished. Now, so I see the email. My own is finished. I just found out that my firstborn is not for my husband. I had a fling during the marriage when, sorry, where's the story again? When my husband and I were having issues, he cheated, and to spite him, I cheated back. We made up, I got pregnant, and I had the child, never suspecting anything until I ran into the guy I cheated with a month ago. He looked just like my son. So I invited him for dinner, for lunch, went out for lunch. I now was able to get some of his hair. I was just, you know, I can imagine that kind of thing. Say, woman, man, your hair is nice, so just remove one. Now, so she go run DNA test too. The pikin, now the husband pikin, 100, now the guy pikin. Now, what does she do?
Daddy Freeze, I can't believe certain things at times. Like, how can you just cheat with a stranger just like that? So, I mean, even when you were married, like, well, what you should do
sometimes women have issues with their husbands, and they, you see, let me tell you, married women, they cheat. I don't know how soon they deny this thing. When I go, they talk like, say, when I know they do.
Agreed. Yeah.
Married women, they cheat. Who do they cheat with?
Yeah. Yes, married women cheat.
Let me tell you, there was a time in my life, married women wey dey my case. Ada, I get 3. Doris, I get 2. Married women. One used to drive all the way down to my house at night as I'm closing work. She'll take me for a drive. You understand? One used to call her husband police. So if you call him, she'll say, police, they here, police, they here. Married women. So all this, I can't believe I think people are just fronting, man. Because
it's not like I can't believe married women, but how on earth would you cheat with a stranger to that extent?
Of course, it probably wasn't a stranger. It's probably someone like that they've been seeing and gisting, and then they fight with her husband cheated, and then that guy was now available around that period.
To that extent, unprotected.
Dave, I think one thing we also have to understand is it doesn't have to be an extent, because, I mean, I don't know about in Nigeria. There's so many stories in the UK where people just have a fling one time and they're pregnant. You know, sometimes it can just be, all it takes is just that one time, and that's it, X mixed with Y at the right time, and before you know it, the lady is pregnant, and that's it. So But yeah, it's one of those topics that how do they say it in Yoruba?
Oh, now let me ask you a question. What will you do, Samaria, if now your sister this thing happened to?
So that if it's quick one, the man also has a child from someone else.
No. In just cheating, oh normal guy, man cheating, nothing, no result.
If that's the case, then I don't know what she intends to do. I mean, this one is too much. Why would you? I mean, I'm not here to criticize her, but it's left for her husband to decide what he would want to do with her. She did too much. That's way too much. That's way too much. And like you rightly said, it's okay for the society for men to cheat and get away with it, and not for we women to cheat and get away with it. You know, so now look at the case. At the end, when men cheat, men will never be pregnant. We will be the ones to fall in that trap. So I don't even know why we will even risk the whole thing going that. At the end of the day, we'll be the one to suffer it. We'll be the one to be criticized. We'll be the one to go through anything that comes out of it. So if she allowed herself to get in that state where she has things complicated, she knows how she got in it. She can find her way out. It depends on what her husband would want to do with her. If he's okay with her still being his wife, that's up to them. I mean, I wasn't there when they started. If he says he's done with her, good luck with her. She should move on or go to the person that is responsible for her pregnancy. She did too much. That's all I would say. But she should tell her husband the truth if she's willing to do that, because for how long would you intend to keep a thing away from him for? I mean, how will you even sleep at night knowing fully well that you deceived somebody and, it's not what it is? So for her to clarify her conscience, I know this is like a norm in society. If you do a DNA test, and almost all of us, I'm afraid the kind of results you'll be getting. So
I'm telling you.
So, but then let her be with her pen. Let it freeze. This one is out of question. Let her deal with it. If she's unable to deal with it, she should go out there and say it out. And you never can tell. She may be forgiven. If he's unable to forgive her, then she should go out there and be a single mom. She asked for it.
All right, we are bringing John now. I know see everywhere here goes scatter now. Demand John. How far? How you did?
The madam, also.
In your opinion, what do you think should happen? I know according to Igbo law, there is no such thing as an illicit child. Any pikin where they're born for house, now that man will marry the woman get pikin.
That man get her, yes. That's Igbo customs and traditions. But according to my own law, I wonder how some men actually walk out of the hospital with a child without doing a DNA test.
Sorry, Mr. John. So
John, you are saying that before a man walks out of the hospital, he should have done a DNA test.
Mr. John, would you do that?
Yes, I will.
If I have a man, or if I'm with a man and he conducts a DNA test because I had a child, that was the end of that marriage.
There are several reasons why you would do that DNA test.
No, there's no reason why you should do a thing like that.
Madam, let me land. Have you heard of child swap?
Of course, yes. It all depends on the hospital as well and your presence. If you're not there, if you're there 24 hours, why would you?
Madam, if I'm a nurse and I want to swap your child, now just one injection I go put for your IV line.
So does it mean during the course of the labor, there won't be anyone there to inspect what?
Now just one thing I go tell your husband, may go bring.
No, it doesn't work that way in the modern world. Sorry.
Madam, it's not about the modern world. See, let me tell you something. Before I walk out of any hospital with a child that you claim is mine, a DNA test must be done. On how maybe my pikin, I go abandon both the mama and the pikin for that hospital. Go drink beer.
That's you then.
I don't understand how you guys think it's okay for. Do you know the trauma involved in a man raising a child as his?
Of course, it's traumatizing.
So you think men should not do everything to save themselves from that trauma from the onset?
But I just feel it's unfair to have a DNA conducted
Why
if
is
you
it
were there during the level of
why is it unfair when 30 out of 100 DNA tests are done?
Let me ask you one question. If you don't
Today in Nigeria, the results come out that the men are not the fathers of those babies. Why is it unfair?
Should I ask you one question if you don't mind?
Yes.
If you were to be present during a labor and you were right there and you saw that woman pushed out that child,
I don't care. If it's not my child, she can push
No,
anything.
I'm asking. Let me finish, please. If you, let's say you are present at the time that child was delivered, you watch that wife of yours push out that baby, they will clean that baby, wrap that baby up, and give that baby to you. Would you still conduct a DNA test?
Of course. And they clean the baby and they tell doctor, I beg, come carry it in and don't take.
And you are married to this lady, you're just a girlfriend.
Even if she's Eve.
Can we go a little personal if you don't mind? Do you have kids?
I have son, yeah.
Okay. Did you do a DNA test on your son?
Yes, I did.
At what point did you do it?
As soon as they landed in Nigeria.
Oh, why didn't you do it at the point of delivery?
Because I was not in the US then.
And your wife is cool with that?
She doesn't need to know now.
She go know.
Okay.
Why she go know?
Okay.
Please, I'll call a town crier and start singing. I want to do DNA. I want to do DNA.
To be honest, DF, though, it might sound a bit controversial. I kind of tend to agree with John to an extent because here in the UK, with NHS, when your wife is pregnant, I think it's probably, with my 2 kids, definitely, maybe after like 6 or 8 months of pregnancy, they will ask for either your blood or your medical history, your wife's medical history, and then they take a blood sample from her, and then they use that to trace maybe the baby is going to have anything, or is there any chromosome defect in the baby that might be taken from you. So, for example, if you're like healthy now, and all of a sudden they're saying like, oh, this baby is got Edward syndrome or something like that, that's already like a trigger for, okay, something is not right somewhere. So even in the so-called Western world, they do it to some extent just to make sure that everything is okay. But if you're in the society where it's like people are giving the wrong baby to the wrong father or to the wrong mother, of course you have to like protect yourself,
That's right.
Yeah, because like he rightly said, like people don't. I've got kids.
Big shout out to
You've got kids,
Simba.
and John said it's
Simba,
good.
thank you for getting me your money
very
done.
emotionally exhausting to raise kids. Talk less of you raising something that is not yours.
Stephen, guys, all of you follow
if you and your wife
Stephen.
decide,
Big
okay,
shout out
we
to
want
him.
to go
Thank
to
you for giving
the
me 2 money
orphanage
done.
and then adopt a child now. That's totally different. But a child that has been given to you through a means of fraud or default is, it can break most men. It's not even some men. It can break a lot of men. So I can't agree with. Normally I don't agree with John, but this I agree with you on this definitely.
You pay no school fees. School fees.
You're talking about school fees. I will be talking about the emotional attachment.
Wake up, madam. School fees is not.
The
I'm talking about the
emotions you
emotional
are talking
attachment with that
about.
child.
You see, the emotions you are talking about, Samaria, no concern man. Now you will carry belly of another man for your belly. Why me? I will come they cry with you.
I don't understand.
It becomes
So then,
an
bonding
issue
with a
if it
child
is
when
my
separated, you
child.
don't feel the separation.
The only child I can bond with is my child. The day I
You bond with a child and then you get separated because maybe you realize the child is not yours. You don't feel it.
Feel what?
Like you won't feel the separation.
Even if I have raised the child for the past 10 years and you tell me, and I find the bond breaks that day. I'll start telling the mother to pay me all the money I've spent on that child.
No, but you see, me, I have no problem with a single mother or a divorcee or a widow. As long as when I marry, my contract with you starts the day me and you start. You understand? He get one story where the guy come meet me, say, he don't meet this girl. They started dating. She's recently widowed. She lost her husband. And then the girl missed her period. So he took her to the hospital. And apparently she was 4 months pregnant.
4 months before they started dating, or during?
They'd been dating for about a month.
Wow.
But she was still seeing her period normally. You know, some women will be pregnant, they will not know. For the first two. So she was still seeing her period normally. Then she now missed her period. Meanwhile, that missed her period, but later on did there since. So he took her to the hospital only for them to tell him that his 1 month old girlfriend is 4 months pregnant.
Wow.
The guy asked me if he could continue with the relationship.
That is true. You see the same thing we talk. If you want, I can call the girl now. For this Dubai where I did, I met a girl who opened up to me and told me that she went to the hospital and realized that she's pregnant. Now she's pregnant for some dude here in Dubai, and she wants to leave Dubai in the next 2 weeks. That her bride price had been paid in Nigeria, and but the reason why she came to Dubai was because she ran away from her husband, the guy that paid her bride price, because the guy was toxic. You get, so she left the marriage and came to Dubai. So now she's pregnant. She wants, and the guy has been begging her to come back so that they'll try and work this out. So she's planning to leave Dubai next week to go back to that guy and hang it on his neck.
Hanger. Women.
This is what I tell you. This
is pure wicked.
She told me in confidence. And I told her, Madam, if not me, the day where I go find out.
But you see, this case is different.
For me, it can never happen to me. It can never happen to me because I go follow you. I go follow doctor.
You see, this case is different. Let's say you
how many weeks old the picking day.
If you live in a house with a woman, someone you trust. I know that the priest will say trust. Someone you trust, you studied, you've been with for some time, and you could, attest to, whereabouts and stuff like that. And like I have stated earlier, you were present during the time of the delivery, and you love this your partner. Would you want to break that trust or put that suspicion?
That you get belay for another person. You talk trust. Samaria,
you can build trust with anybody.
Person get belay for another man. You talk trust. You talk bond. Bonded glue.
Well, men, this is men now. I mean, this is the woman against how many men? 2 men, 3 men.
No, but it's logical what you're saying.
Is this what men do?
No, but you can build trust. I can trust John today, and me and John fight, and then I start trusting that it's easy for men.
No, but that one is. I'm talking about. This is your partner. This is your wife. We're talking about.
And she don't go carry the leg come from outside.
Yeah, but a penguin, going to the rip to one single partner for the rest of your life. If so, I mean, like you rightly said, you trust someone, and then someone has betrayed your trust, and you made the decision that, okay, this is not going to work out, I'm moving on. You can build trust with someone else. Why must the guy be? Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is, if you, because of trust, stay in that relationship, you end up frustrating yourself and putting yourself in some pain and bondage you're not supposed to be in. Because every time you see that woman or every time you see that child, you still remember.
No. I'm not saying a case of don't get me wrong. I think you don't understand.
Go on.
I mean, I'm not talking about somebody bringing in that paternity fraud. That one is a no. Even as a person, I won't stand it. I won't even stand it if you.
So elaborate and betray your trust. But what can you do?
If you have a partner and then you go behind doing a thing like that, if the person finds out, how would they feel? How would they? Sorry.
Doing a thing like what?
Like what? Yeah, that's what I want to elaborate on.
Like doing a DNA behind.
Okay, what if you do the DNA and you find out that the child is not yours?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's fine. Then heaven will lose. And what if you do the DNA and he finds out the child is yours? What would happen?
Tamara, let me ask you a question. If you work in an office and your subordinate brings you a file to sign,
right?
Do you trust that subordinate that has done everything?
This is different. I'll go through the file before I sign it.
Oh, really?
Simba.
What did you call it? What did you call the person who brought the file or who would bring the file? Subordinate.
Yes, subordinate. Just because.
Do you say my husband or my wife? Even though my husband brings it, I will still do it up before I sign.
Okay. Because money is involved. Money is involved.
Not just money is involved. Life is involved.
Of course. In the office, it's only naira and kobo that dollars and cents
Yes, now.
but when it has to do with a child.
So how about discussing this with your spouse before you have it done? If you ask me, if my conscience is clear, if my hands are clean, and you tell me, my wife, I would love to, carry out a DNA. Let's see, just to be sure on the safer side. I'll tell you that's okay.
Men in the comment section, do your due diligence is your DNA test. That is your final confirmatory test. That is your final confirmatory test. That chemistry practicals. Final confirmatory test is your DNA test. As the pikin they come out, bros run am. If you don't get money, borrow.
Don't chop breakfast.
If you don't get money, borrow, run am. Because the worst thing you can do to yourself is raise another man's child. When the man is somewhere popping rosé in the club.
If my husband do a thing like that without my consent, then it means he's already beginning to give me some ideas that I may not have ever thought of initially.
Madam, if you get the idea, when you burn the second one, if don't be my own too, the same thing, no problem.
I wouldn't do a thing like that to any man, but if a man should do a thing like that to me, then it opens.
Oh, really? But you can follow a man and be checking where the tire of his car went to.
Let me ask you this question. How about a man? How about you as a man? Let's say, for example, let's say my husband brings in this child from outside, and with one story of he used to know this baby in the past, blah 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 blah. I wear my child in the house. How would you expect me to feel?
At least from the
I understand the accommodation aspect of it. I don't mind bringing anyone's child, but how would the man? Yes,
Samaria. But in that case, ab initio, you know that this child is not mine.
How?
Of course,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. It is not.
It is.
It is not the same thing, Samaria.
When it comes to emotion, it's the same thing.
Samaria. If a man has a child outside,
right?
A man outside, the woman doesn't take care of this child. The woman is not involved in the upkeep of this child. So whenever the man brings, the woman would decide whether she wants to be involved in that child's life or not. But this one, they hang pikin for your neck. In fact, did you wake up for night, even help them carry the pikin, they rock, hey, baby, don't cry, baby, don't cry, no, baby, don't cry. You know they sleep, you go walk, sleep there or eye because you carry another man's sperm. Stop
no, that one hurts. That one, in fact, I don't even want to imagine a thing like that. It hurts. No, that one,
it's man.
Well, I just hope I don't have to get involved with a man that will decide to carry out a DNA without my consent, because that would hurt my feelings if I get to find out about that. Not because I'm.
Don't worry, don't find out.
I'll
find out. Yeah? I'll make it better.
Unless so, I better not know about it then, because if I do, I'm gonna get hurt.
You will never find out, because the child will not even have sense to talk when I will do it. Yes, now the child will. There's no way I will do it with the child that is already grown.
So what if I come across a file any day?
The file. Don't worry. We know how to take care of the file. You will never see.
No, answer me. What if I come across the file?
The doctor is someone you never even think of meeting in your life. Don't worry. You will never find out.
So what if I find the file someday? What would happen?
Samaria, if that alone is your problem, don't think about it. Don't worry. You're covered there.
So after the DNA, you destroy the evidence.
But will it be done? It must be done.
You will. Not every man will do a thing like that.
No, Samaria, honestly, right now I'm already drafting a letter to my House of Reps, the person representing my constituency. I'm trying to get signatures on it. If there's a way DNAs can be mandatory at point of birth.
I see. Well, for some, they can go ahead and do that as much as they like. It depends. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
We are Africans. We don't want our lineage to lose. Imagine saying you as a man, you the Buga say you get two sons. Why the sons now one Alhaji for Kanu? Now one
that didn't hurt. No, that didn't hurt. That's not fair. I wouldn't wish such on my brothers, nor anyone I know. That's not a good thing to do. I mean, it's not something that anyone should go through. It hurts.
Oh, don't worry.
No, this topic is, like I said, is a dicey one. I mean, also we have to look at it from, was it you that said it there about Nigeria's got the second paternity fraud to Jamaica? So it's a bit like if you live in a society where you know the area they always rob you at gunpoint or whatever. You always have to follow the statistics for you to be able to make amendments for what you've got around you. If there's a lot of paternity fraud there, the best thing is make DNA mandatory. Because at that point, both parties will know, okay, this kid is mine, this kid is not mine, and then you work it out between yourself, whatever you want to do. If you want to stay with the woman or with the man, then fair play to you. I won't do it, but that's me.
If they start doing this in Nigeria, there'll be a lot of problem everywhere for real. They shouldn't even.
Why would there be a lot of problems?
There'll be trouble.
I am not.
But let's be real. Let's be honest. Most ladies, before they go into marriage, I don't know why we ladies do that. I can't speak for the men, but I know we ladies do that. Women tend to go back to their exes to have the last meet and greet for their marriage night. And that has resulted in a lot of false bonds that are not only.
But if you don't see the truth, don't they come out small. If I
that's true.
Especially your first child, make sure say.
Especially the first child. I know that's true because I've seen ladies, I've heard stories, I know what we can do. And I know women have a way of always going back to their ex. It's either when they are hurting in the marriage, when there's a little misunderstanding between them and their current partner, or at any slighted provocation.
My problem is, as a man,
those of us that get married for what we gain.
As a man, one of your first targets when you enter a relationship is burn the bridges with the ex. Close the chapter.
Daddy Freeze, that is not even the problem. What I'm saying is, why is it that a married woman will go to cheat, open her leg, and cheat unprotected? Me as a person, as you see me here, the only woman I have slept with.
Excuse me, sorry, I didn't say all the women. I didn't say all. I didn't say all. I say most, please.
Yeah, so I wonder why the woman will go. The thing they sweet up, she come up pants. The man come out boxers. Is he saying no way anything? And you are married. That woman needs to be in the shrine of Ogun.
I'm telling you, no, on way. That.
Because a lot of us are not after the remarriage. We are either there for peer pressure or to pepper them gang or because we feel that
Thank God you're saying the truth.
Sorry?
Thank God you're saying the truth.
There's lots of reason why a lot of us go into marriage.
Women not married.
Maybe we are done with university. We don't know what else to do with ourselves. We just think because the typical idea of we Nigerians, especially those of us back home, is once you're done with the university, the next thing is marriage. That's the next priority. So most, end up even getting into marriage with people they never intended to marry. They've been wallowing in their exes, people they were in love with, but because they just have to get married because mama is expecting them to get married, your parents are telling you now you're done with school, you need to be in a man's house, they just get married. And when they do that, you see them falling back to the real person they like that may not be ready for them.
So you're saying we should stop marrying you people now? We should stop marrying. Because just like
single now, only see me see wahala. You person will hold me for grand who itself.
Just like Black Americans do.
All right, guys, let me bring another set and let's hear what they have to say. Thank you so much.
Okay.
There's a topic you posted on your page about this pension thing. It's something I would really want us to discuss. About. It's something I really, really want us to discuss because, funny enough, a lot of Nigerians don't know that we have a pension scheme. I've said it somewhere and people were telling me, there's no pension in Nigeria. It's not this one that you mama, you know how long my father has been going for pension. That is not the pension that exists anymore. That things have changed and a lot of them don't know. A lot of them are employed to people that don't even remit their pensions and they don't know their rights under the act. Regarding that. So at your convenience, anytime you're convenient, it's convenient for you. We can
definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
In fact, I'm so tired. I won't even bring anybody else. This is where I'll end it for tonight. Lovely hanging out with you guys. It's been amazing. You can see tears in my eyes. Normally, I have more energy. Someone said I should keep John. Okay, let me keep John and bring another set. Hopefully, this time I'll bring Sugar Destiny. Bye. Samaria, thanks. I'm going to call you, sis.
Okay, Daddy Free.
Sean, bye. Oh yeah, Sugar Destiny, where are you? Remy, where are you? Let me just hear your opinions for 5 minutes. Yeah. Sugar Destiny is not coming. She declined. Remy, where are you? Remy go say she won't go wear cloth. Anyway, guys, that's I'm glad John shares my thoughts. Uh, Trust is not something you can impose or demand. It's something you earn.
And
You don't walk into a university and go to the Department of Zoology and say, "Give me a BSc."
give me BSc.
You earn it.
And if you ask me what the BSc, be telling them, give me a first class.
Give me first class. You understand? You have to earn it over the course of 5 years. But you can love on the spot. You can see somebody and fall in love on the spot. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. Anyway, make sure you know who your real children are. It's very important. I know the funny thing is, many of you are checking DNA with your children. Did you actually do DNA with your father?
Facts.
That's another point right there. And on that, good night. God bless. See you all tomorrow.
All right.